Hey friends, so I am back out in the garden today and I am just going to be doing some fertilizing and planting a few more flowers, seeds wherever I can. I did a big water yesterday, so the garden is ready for some fertilization now. So let's get started. I have two buckets that stay in my garden all year round. One of them is this half-size bucket that I use for fertilizer, and the other one is a 5-gallon bucket that I use for my homemade ant killer. And I still don't have any ant beds, which is crazy to me because almost every week I have to kill at least 2 ant beds, because with fire ants you can't really ever eradicate them. They will go underground and pop up someplace else. But so far so good. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we've got that done. Let's see. Okay, so we have that done. The next thing that I want to do is I brought out some herb seeds and I brought out some extra cucumber seeds, because remember we had to pull a couple cucumbers when we did the last vlog because they got that wind burnt and they were all crispy, so I had to pull them out. They were young, they hadn't even gotten their second leaves yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and replant those. Hopefully, I mean, we have plenty of time. It's already, let's see, it's 4 o'clock. The garden is almost all shade now, so even in the heat of the summer we'll have late afternoon shade, so they'll get a little bit of a reprieve, but not enough. We'll still have to put shade cloth up over all of the tomatoes. Any of the tomatoes that are in containers, we will move them down. Oops, spun you around. We'll move them down this way because this is almost all shade after 2 o'clock. So we'll put them down on this end as much as possible to keep them in the shade and to keep them growing as long as possible. And then once they're done, and they're usually done the very beginning of July, I will have already started plants for July. We put in all of the fall tomato plants in July, and it's my favorite time to grow because the fall is so abundant here, because you get that little bit of a cool off, and you have what I guess the rest of the country would say is normal summer temperatures, like high 80s, you know, low 90s every once in a while, instead of month after month of scorching hot 100-degree plus weather and dry. So fall is my favorite. Let's go ahead and get those cucumbers planted. Okay, so down at this end was the Market More cucumbers, I believe. And then down at this end were pickling cucumbers. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and just replant several this here of the Market More, and a few more, maybe 5 or 6 more of the pickling cucumbers. I love to make pickles in the summer. It's one of my favorite things to do. And right now, these cucumber plants are not giving me hope for a good harvest. So let's go ahead and see what we can get done. So this year, I got my cucumber seeds from Victory Seeds. They are a Texas company. Fast shipping, so fast. And you know, everything that I've planted has come up. We just had a little bit of bad luck. I told you guys that the other day. We had a little bit of bad luck with the weather, so we're gonna go ahead and get these in here and get them watered in, and then get one here, and then I'm hopeful that with any luck we will be able to get a nice harvest. And if for some reason those don't come up, I still have a few more left. And then we're going to go ahead and put in these ones are called homemade pickles. That's the name of the seed. So we'll see. Now these ones I don't have a ton left. So, but I do have other pickling cucumbers left if need be. Let's just go ahead and get those watered in really fast. Or I planted a couple seeds over there. I can't remember. I don't think I did though. Those might actually be beans from last year. We had pole beans here in the fall. I said no. So just after, well, we were out here yesterday doing that video, and we had one flower on these cucumber plants, and now all of a sudden there are flowers everywhere. And I think I told you yesterday that I will definitely be taking those off because they're just not big enough, and since we're struggling a little bit with leaf growth and a little bit of that windburn, I'm just waiting just a little bit longer before I prune those, because I want to prune those leaves off, but I want to wait just a little bit to get the plants just a little more established. We are not playing in the water hose, friends. We're not doing it. Let me see your face. Eye boogie. Okay, so we've got that done. Now these guys will just stand back up when they're ready, but I am going to give them a little bit of help, especially the ones that are already getting their tendrils. I'm just going to try and move them toward the trellis for now. Okay, so that's that. Now, I did bring out some herbs, so let's go see what we have for herbs. I definitely need to get a tripod. This situation with the selfie stick and that other thing that I'm using is just not working out the greatest. Okay, so we've got some herbs. Let's see what we've got in here. I was gonna go buy some herbs. There's a new nursery that opened up near me, but they only had gallon pots, and I'm just a little worried that they're gonna be a little bit out of my price range, because a lot of times the gallon pots of herbs are upwards of $10 to $15 to $20. I was at Kroger today and I looked at a rosemary plant that was in like maybe just a little more than a gallon pot, and it was $20. Had sticker shock so bad. Okay, so we're not gonna do any more dill. Now, a lot of these seeds are kind of old, but I'm gonna give it a try. I don't have any lemon balm. I have plenty of dill. Sweet marjoram, summer savory. I don't know what those are. Let's try some cat grass. We have common thyme. Now these are from, God, I want to say, yeah, Baker Creek before they were rareseeds.com. Oh no, they were rareseeds.com. This was their old packaging. So these are from 2008. So I'm not like thinking that these are going to sprout or anything, but we're going to try them and see what we got. Stevia, I am not a fan of stevia, but we'll grow it. Oops. So we've got some Sweet Annie. We'll try that. We've got M.I. Gardner. We've got more dill. Rosemary. We might as well try rosemary. We've got some basil. This is also basil. This is lemon basil. Try that. And we'll try some hyssop. Let's see what we get with this. Okay, so I think I'm going to plant some of these old seeds in this fake green stalk. There's not very many left in here. This is a stevia one, and there really truly is only a few, and they don't really want to come out. Let's see if I can get them out with trying it like that. Okay, yeah. There we go. So we've got some stevia here. Again, these are from 2008. So if they come up, great. If they don't, they don't. And plus, this is also in shade. But I do think that I'm going to have Jim move this for me. It's a little bit heavy and kind of wiggly woggly. I'm thinking of having him move it and stand it up in one of these pots. Because I know it'll get more sun here, and I might plant something around the bottom. I might buy some flowers or something to plant around the bottom of it. I'm not sure yet. You know what? Let's just see if we can move it. It'll make it faster because he's been working 12, so I know that he's tired. But he does have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off this week, so we are going to make a lot of progress out here. Okay, so let's see if I can move it on my own. Okay, I think we did it. It's not quite in the middle, but I think it's going to work out just fine. Okay, so let's go get the rest of the seeds and see what we can put in there. Okay, so it says that hyssop is 16 to 24 inches tall. I'm going to plant that in one of these other pots here and see what we get. These are tiny seeds. Tiny, tiny seeds. All right, so let's go ahead and get this. If you've grown hyssop before, do you like it? It's got a pretty blue flower. It's got to be good for the pollinators, I'm sure. Okay, so for this one, we are going to plant some lemon balm in the top here, and the second one down. Since I don't remember what side I put that. Oh boy, these are even smaller seeds. Wow. it. Candy, no. No, ma'am. And we'll have to do a little bit of watering. Get these soaked in. And if I don't like how they look or they're not thriving in this, I can always transplant them. Plus there's going to be so many growing because since these seeds are old, I'm just letting it fly. Okay, so we got some cat grass here. This is something I bet Jack will love. Jack is our little black kitty. Well, I shouldn't say kitty because he's really an old man now. He is got to be almost 10. So I'm guessing he's more like a senior cat for sure. The only thing bad that I have to say about this thing from Dollar Tree is that it's just not, the plastic isn't meant to hold up. Now I have had this for 3 years, so it's still standing. So that's got to be a test to, you know, a testament to it, I guess. And then you can see I messed it up down here. That was my fault. I broke it. But we'll see what happens. I'm just roughing it up and just kind of putting them in there. Getting them a little covered up. Let's see what else we got. Common thyme. Does it say how big thyme gets? I feel like thyme is going to be too big for this. Sweet Annie is probably also too big. Rosemary is definitely too big. Sweet basil. Let's put some basil in the bottom. Why not? Why not? What else do I got here? Lemon basil. I already did. Did I do lemon basil already? Honestly, I don't know. Let's throw the Sweet Annie and the common thyme in this one. I know we talked about not planting these, but oh, this one's in a plastic container. Holy moly. Wow, that's a lot. We're just gonna do it. Okay. That was common thyme. And this one is Sweet Annie, which says it's a herb, but I feel like that's a flower. All right, those seeds smelled really good actually. Very odd. Okay, so we've got some of that planted. Let me go get the hose. Where that fake green stalk was at, that I can put something. I just don't know what though. I have a butterfly bush out front that is in a pot, and I wonder if I could put that there. I wonder if it will get enough sun for that. That is a good question. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. Let me see if I can zoom in. Bacon is over there. Oh, now he's looking at us. I swear that pig has excellent hearing. He's over there eating that bush. And you see how it's moving? He's pulling it down. He's got issues. That pig's got issues. Okay, so let's go and see if we have any eggs. Okay, so I put the dogs inside and I checked that fertilizer. It's a 24-8-16. So it is a very high nitrogen. I like to use it on the green beans, squash, pepper plants, anything that I've noticed in the past that may have had some issues with yellowing. I like to use it on that. All right, so this is our makeshift chicken coop right now. This weekend, since Jim is off, we're going to take some fencing, and we're going to fence off from the corner here all the way to the big fence over there. Now, it's going to be temporary because in the fall, part of that is going to become more of the garden. The goal here is to give the chickens some space to free range, grass, shade, all the things. And then we also have this coop over here. When we don't have new hens, Bacon sleeps in. He stays in this during the day. Like, he'll come in here and he'll sleep during the day. Of course, there's a door open so he can get in and out. You can see he's got his little bed made back there with all the dirt. But this is where we keep new hens to kind of quarantine them. One thing about me is I don't buy chicks. I try not to hatch chicks. I don't like the responsibility that comes along with having to watch chicks. There's too much responsibility to keep them alive, and I much prefer to spend the money and buy hens instead. Now, typically when I buy a hen, they're 18 to 19 weeks old. So by the time that their quarantine is over, they're starting to lay. And then we move them into the big coop. Hi, Bakey. What you doing, buddy? You coming out here thinking I'm gonna give the chickens something to eat? I'm not, though. I'm just going in to see if they gave me any eggs. Okay, so when Bacon was a little bit younger, we did keep Bacon in here and we made him a little house out here. Well, Bacon decided that he would just unlock this gate. So that's why that little strap is there. However, when Bacon pushes hard enough, he can fit through the bottom. Now, the gate would shut right behind him, so we had no problem with the chickens getting out, but it didn't keep Bacon in either. So we decided that we would just let Bacon run the backyard. That started pretty much after he was 3 or 4 months old. And yeah, so now he's gonna have to get used to being enclosed again. But we will let him come back up on the look at them all back there, and they're all getting their dust baths in. And they now use Bacon's house for a dust bath. They've got it like leveled out in there pretty good. So the chicken coop needs to be cleaned. I'm not gonna lie, it really does. We need to take some time to get all of the manure out of here, and then also spread some lime, that kind of thing. Just normal stuff that you need to do to keep your chicken coop in good shape. You can see they love that spot in there. I think it's a little bit cooler. They've really dug it out far. It's probably a foot below the coop, so they're getting all that nice cool grass. I can see that there's an egg in there, so I have to get that out, and they love to do that to me, and that's why that little picker upper stick is in here, so I can roll the eggs out. Otherwise, because I'm not crawling in there, you never know what you're gonna find. Okay, so let's see what we got in these nesting boxes. So we got this lady here. She's about ready to squawk because she don't like it when I come in the box. She likes to make a lot of noise and try and make the rooster think that I'm hurting her. Told ya. She's just a little brat. That rooster, his name is Pat. His name is Pat. If you're familiar with Saturday Night Live in the late 80s, early 90s, you'll know why we named him Pat. He did not become a rooster until he was well over a year old. He was firmly embracing his hermaphrodite DNA, I think, because he was a hen through and through. And then all of a sudden, our other rooster decided to attack me, and he had to go across the street to our neighbors to live with the other roosters. And this guy decided he was going to man up and he was going to become the rooster. And I'll tell you what, he's a good boy. So far, so good. He don't even look funny at me. He doesn't do his little dance next to me. Nothing. I really am happy that he's working out, because especially when we let these guys out to free range, we have a lot of wild birds here, and there are some hawks. So I hope that he will be able to do a good job and keep them safe. And plus, with Bacon back here, I don't know so much that a hawk would swoop in, but they might. So let's see, I've got that one. Oh, this little girl, let me show you this little girl. This is my favorite little hen. She's a speckled Sussex. She's so sweet. She follows you around. She's just a good little girl. No, watch her. She'll probably peck me just trying to get in here. No? Okay, good job. All right, so let me go over here and see what we got underneath here. I know I seen one. Come on, guys. Out you go. Yeah, there's one in there. You can probably see it, I think. So I gave them some honeydew melon this morning, and they've eaten that up pretty good, along with their food. And I don't see any other eggs in here, so we're good to go. What you think, Big? What you thinking, buddy? What are you doing? Are you awake now from your nap? Huh? Are you awake now from your nap? You looking for snacks? Huh? Are you looking for snacks? Let's see what time it is. It's 4:30. Ooh, getting close to dinner time. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. We'll probably do some kind of video this weekend to kind of document the fence structure that we're going to put up. We have a gate, we have the fencing. Our neighbor is going to let us borrow his tightener, and I think we're going to be good. The only thing that I'm a little bit nervous about is that the fence is only 4 feet tall. And I know if my dogs run the fence line, they might scare the chickens, and I don't want them to jump out. Now, Charlie wouldn't harm them. Charlie was raised around chickens when we lived in Illinois from a puppy on, and he has no desire to hurt a chicken. He would rather go in the chicken coop to eat their poop. I mean, that's his whole desire in life, is to get in there to eat the poop. But Candy, I don't know about her. I just don't know about her, but we'll see. So we've got in the corner over here, we've got to do something from where the chicken coop ends before the neighbor fence begins. And then I think we're going to have to do something along this side to kind of extend the height of that fence. So we'll see. But we will show it to you sometime in the next video, and maybe not the next video, but the video after that. We'll show you what we get up to, and you guys will get to meet Jim. All right, so we'll talk to you later. Have a great day, and just remember, you got this.